Okay, so instant gratification is interfering with the beauty of your YouTube journey. And what I mean by this is, well, let me just start with kind of like a little story. Like, where did all of this even come from? Why am I even talking about this today? Well, the other day, while I was getting my hair done, I came to this realization, and I came to the realization that I am giving off like a hurried, quick, fast, let's go type of energy to my YouTube journey versus a un, going about my YouTube journey, actually understanding that it is a journey. Essentially, I have overlooked the journey part of the phrase YouTube journey. And when you are traveling somewhere, like when you're on a literal journey, getting from point A to point B, there's an understanding that it's going to take time. Perhaps you're on a road trip going from, I don't know, Florida to New York. What is that? About 16 hours. You understand that we have to keep going forward and eventually we will get to where we're going. I feel as though I've been approaching my YouTube journey just trying to like instantly get to where I'm going. I don't want to allow the time that's needed to not necessarily even grow the channel, but just allow the time that's needed. I don't know, fill in the blank. I don't want to. And that's the thing. I'm not saying we have to like slow down and post one video a month. I don't believe in that. As a small channel, as someone that's trying to get monetized, I do want to get there as quick as possible. And I think it's okay to want that. But this is a conversation about the energy being applied to one's YouTube journey. When you're like, does anyone let's even leave YouTube, the world of YouTube for a minute. In your everyday life, are you someone that's always rushing, trying to get somewhere? I can speak from my own experience. I'm constantly rushing. And that is annoying. Like, oh, like think about the last time you were rushing to get somewhere or rushing to do something, rushing. It's just comes with this type of vibe compared to, let's talk about the time you get to the airport barely at the last second. You have to rush through all of the process, constantly check your watch and everything like that, because you're barely going to make it to the gate on time versus you giving yourself ample time for before your flight. You can go through security, TSA with ease. You might even let someone go in front of you. You know that I can get a meal before my flight. Just going along through the airport, you're not rushing. It's two different vibes, it's two different energies. And the energy of rushing, I just don't think is useful. I don't think it's something that we should operate in. Like, I just don't think that we should move about our YouTube journey in this haste, fast, on go type of mode, just rushing around, running around, just trying to make everything happen as quickly as possible. I just feel like we have to go about it in a way that invites a something that I'm calling slow and flow type of energy. And I'll repeat that again. Slow and flow type of energy. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And I want to focus more on what does it feel like. It's cool to want to post more than one video a week, two to three videos a week. Have that be a goal if you want. It's cool to like have output on your YouTube journey because the more you post, the quicker you will be monetized. Or I don't know, the more you post, oftentimes there's benefits towards that. But a slow and flow energy just means that if you ever find yourself in a moment of like, damn, I got to get this video up. I should have edited yesterday. I haven't been editing. Like, I'm just behind on my editing. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's like that's an energy you're putting out. How can you change that feeling? Like, okay, things didn't go as planned today. I do have to edit. I do have to create a thumbnail. I do have to do X. I do have to do Y. But take a deep breath and just freaking relax. Like, just chill on it. Like, we need to put a little bit more chill on it. There's not enough chill on it. There's just too much pressure and anxiety being injected into our YouTube journeys, and that's sucking the fun out of it. On a day-to-day basis, if you find yourself frustrated, OD, and you find yourself mad, it's because for some for for like you're sucking the fun out of your own journey by wanting this instantaneous success. As much as I try, guys, to not worry about the numbers, I've gotten better. I'm really thankful that I've gotten better, but still in the back of my mind, right? I'm waiting for that viral video. I'm waiting to wake up one morning or come across my phone, pop up on my YouTube page, and my shit is viral. As much as I don't even want to admit that, it's still in the back of my mind. And when you think like that, again, it creates this, let me hurry up and get to my viral moment. Let me just hurry. But I don't know if you've seen before, maybe some videos talking about it's not even the coolest thing in the world to go viral. Like, it's like there's been videos that I watch that has breaking down my, for lack of better words, obsession with wanting to go viral, because you could go viral tomorrow and you may not know what to even do with that instant success. Just think about that for a minute. If anyone else that's watching live or maybe watching on the replay also deals with this thought in the back of their mind of going viral, and I can understand why it's a desire. I feel like going viral, it's proof that it's super clear proof that you're doing something right. And that's the thing. The beginning, especially the beginning phases of your YouTube journey, is very humbling. There's far less validation than there is you being humbled. This algorithm is going to humble you before it validates you. And that can be annoying. It could just be annoying. It's like you see so and so may like blow up, and you still are trucking along hoping that you get a decent amount of views on the content that you create, you know? So as much as I've improved with how I feel about the numbers, I'm still dealing with patterns of thinking that is me still desiring to have instantaneous success. Before I move on to this next little portion that I want to talk about, let me see what you guys are saying. Derek says, I need this message tonight because I struggle with this on a daily. Me too. This daily frustration, just feeling mad, feeling upset in regards to my YouTube journey. It is a daily thing for me. It is a daily thing for me. Mama Sweets, hi, love. She says, looking good, sis, loving the top. And yes to this topic, because I've been feeling down about my content creation because I'm nowhere nowhere where I want to be instead of being thankful for the community I have. That's a wonderful point. Let's get into gratitude later on. Derek says, I went viral on TikTok in 2021. I wasn't prepared and I went viral for something I didn't want to do. It was beginning and the end of my TikTok career. That's a great point. We can continue talking about this whole viral thing in a moment. Hannah, signing spiritually, popped in on us. Lovely, lovely to have you guys here. So, the next thing I want to talk about is kind of my own observation of a YouTube journey. For me, I'm not even a year into YouTube, right? For real. Like, let's talk about it in terms of think about where you are with your channel in terms of how long have you actually been consistent? Think about how long you've been consistent. So I have observed certain creators in the vlogging niche, right? They may have a more primary niche. Let me just try and give you a clear example. I'm talking about somebody that was in the like meal prep niche, meal prep with me type of person, right? I started following her in 2021. Then slowly but surely, she started posting vlogs. Her vlogs did not get that many views in the beginning. It would only get like 100, not even 100, but like compared to her main content, it was only getting maybe 1,000 views, right? And I'm like, okay, she's only getting 1,000 views right now. I didn't necessarily watch her vlogs myself, but I just wanted to see what's going to happen over time. Fast forward to today. 2021 was like 3 years ago. I don't know. Y'all do the math. Fast forward to today. She posts a vlog, not even 24 hours, 10K views. Check her channel later on. Let's say she's getting 30K views. She was a newer YouTuber back then, or she was more in a certain niche, wanted to start vlogging. Over a course of 3 years, now she's getting numbers that is like, okay, people obviously like your vlogs, right? So I bring up this scenario, and if you're curious about the creator, her name is Rihanna Janice, but I bring up this point to say, I need to start looking at the journey over a span of years, not a span of months, because it's easy for me to do that because I still desire, it's embedded in me. A lot of us here kind of grew up on social media. We've constantly seen shit go viral over and over again. So when you become a content creator, how do you not have the expectation that one day I might go viral? How do you not get hype about that? Oh, I just recognized I don't have my wedding ring. Hold on. Let me get my wedding ring real quick. Okay. But yeah, like, how do you not have the expectation that you're going to go viral when you've seen it happen for other people so many other times? But like I said, I want to start approaching my YouTube journey over a span of at least 3 years, not 3 months, not 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. How are things going to, yeah, like you guys got to know she's taken. No, I'm playing. I think it's unhealthy to kind of assume or make these grand assumptions that in a few months, in a matter of days, I'm going to be where I want to be. That will be great. But honestly, it's more realistic that if I do this for 3 years consistently, there's no way the algorithm is going to continue to play in my face. Because you could feel like, come on, guys, like, does anyone feel what I'm saying? It's like, YouTube, do you think I'm a clown? Like, do you think I'm just doing this for fun? Like, where's the respect? But I look at YouTube as like, okay, you you like the new kid on the block type of thing. Like for me, I'm learning with the algorithm, it really wants you to prove that you're really about this. Like you can't just post on into this niche for a couple of months and think I'm going to put you out to a sea of people as if you're like true to this type of thing. You have to like constantly prove over and over again through consistency through constantly posting, that you're about what you say you're about. And this is a job. YouTube is a job. That's like, if you want to be paid from this, if you really want the accolades and everything like that, you got to work for it for real. Like, you got to put that investment on your time, on your energy, on your money, on your everything up front, and then you will eat. That's pretty cruel. Pretty cruel world we're in when it comes to YouTube right now. Like, but I genuinely believe I've seen it for others. How many of you watching have seen a content creator, seen their journey? When you think about when you actually subscribe to them, if they was consistent where they are now, it did for most people, it didn't take a few months. And if they did get viral in a couple of months, either it wasn't sustained, or that person never hit that level of views consistently thereafter. They still had to work for it. So yeah, we could sit here and like want to have a viral moment, but that's the thing, it's probably going to be a viral moment. A viral video does not mean we are then lifted up out of the trenches of YouTube and trying to grow our channel. Like, I've seen that for other people. Just because they had a viral moment, they were still on the grind, and now you're kind of, your mind effed because you had something do so well. So why is not the rest of my stuff performing the same? So yeah, I'm learning like that whole viral thing, it has to be let go. Let's see what you guys are saying. That's something I keep in mind. God is preparing you. I think it was Joyce Meyer who said it, but you don't want the spotlight to hit you and get burned up. I think thank you so much, Hannah, for pulling that into this conversation. It's a preparation phase. I want to share with you guys something that's not necessarily about YouTube, but who doesn't want a lot of money? Like, I want a lot of money, not just for being able to go ahead and say fuck it and do whatever I want. That's cool, but I want money in life, right? But I always say to God, because when I was like 2019, you had millionaires on social media. They already making a huge major bag on social media. And you sitting there at the same age, like, what the fuck? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? You know? But I always say to myself, if God gave me that amount of money at that age, would I would question myself if I would have it today, because I needed to be prepared and become someone who can be a good enough steward over such amount of money. So I love that Hannah put this, like, God is preparing you, because if we apply that back to YouTube, if I got that spotlight on me today, would I be ready for it? And would I just throw it all away? I could barely handle the attention now. Like, when videos perform over average and people are leaving comments and everything like that, it's overwhelming. So it's like, if I snap my fingers and things happen right away, like this is some genie in a bottle type of thing, it's probably in the long run not that beneficial. um Mama Sweet says, yes, viral videos don't create a loyal community, I feel. Wow, this is a great point. We want supporters that genuinely like our content and not because it's popular at the moment. I love this point. And this is the thing. I feel like this whole conversation, especially these few points that have been brought up, they don't talk about it enough. And who's they? I'm talking about these YouTube gurus and educators and them on here, because they're far removed from the beginning phases of their YouTube journey. Let's talk about a loyal community. That is something that is definitely built over time, because people who want to be loyal to you, people who genuinely click on a video, spend some time with you, maybe a few videos, and they feel like, I like this person. I want to go with them on their journey. I want to see where this goes. I believe in them and I have faith in them. That's a dime a dozen. Not everyone that clicks on your video is going to be like, oh, I love her. Let me just get right on the bandwagon right now. No, it's not that easy out here. You can't expect for it to be that easy out here either. You have to work for everything, and you especially have to work for that loyal subscriber. There's people that will come watch your how come a video can get 1,000 views, you only get 20 subscribers? Why is that? I think that's a perfect example. If you think about your best performing video, how many subscribers did it actually bring you? You all clicked on this video, but for some reason you didn't click that subscribe button. That button takes time for people to build to click on. There's people I watch right now. I'll put your name in the search bar, look to see if you posted some content, but I'm not ready to subscribe yet. Like, you have to win people over, and tying this point back into like this 3 year, starting to look at the YouTube journey as at least a minimum of 3 years. Imagine all the people, because it is so far and few between that you get someone who wants to be a true supporter and genuinely like your content. Imagine how many people that you can kind of get along 3 years versus 3 months versus 7 months, you know? So this is very important. And I think a lot, I always want to tie back to the frustration and the anger. There's times when, like, okay, I see I'm getting views, but my subscriber count does not move. It moves one or two people. Do I get upset at that? Yeah. Yeah, I do get upset at that sometimes. And it's just like, I want to stop that. And I think I can get out of that thinking. And again, we're talking about breaking down unhealthy, unnecessary thought patterns right now. We don't need it. Mama Sweet says, then you have to consistently make that viral content, or the followers that you gain will become ghost followers and not engage. Yeah. Imagine those folks that went viral and they weren't ready. You become under a certain a different type of pressure, you know? Hannah says, my friend's journey is amazing. She started in high school 9 years ago, and within last year, she went from 90K to 890K. God, won't he'll come around on the last leg when you're about to just be like, I've been doing this for 9 years, and do something like this. This is really amazing. And I think about that testament of just start now. You may be on this live or be watching the replay, and you might not have started your channel yet, or you may have started, but you're not consistent. This right here that's on the screen is a great example of start now. Because if you start now, you'll have time to get out the kinks and everything like that. Like, y'all, it's just a journey. It's just a journey. And people want to wait until the right moment, or until stuff is just picture perfect, or whatever the case. Sorry, I hit my mic, or whatever the case may be. When if you just get started now and keep putting one foot in front of the other, you could have a situation like you see on the screen. It took her 8 years to get 90K and 1 year to get 891K. I think this is a perfect moment to bring up that point. Like, you're only one video away, or you're only a couple of videos away for something happening. But even with that being said, it's like, we just need to understand this is a long haul, long game, long term investment. I think people, the YouTube gurus and everyone else, people who have found success on YouTube maybe quicker than most, they put out and spew out that this is fairly quickly. You could get money, or you can get whatever you want out of this content creation thing. And it just messes up our thinking. It messes up our thinking. When I subscribed to my friend, we were in art class and she had less than 100 subscribers. That's beautiful. Derek says, I see your subscriber count rose past 600. Congrats. Wow, that's amazing. That was quick, guys. I just had 500 subscribers 2 weeks ago. That's amazing. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for letting me know that, Derek. See, something's happening. I haven't been into the YouTube Studio app today. I see I have a few notifications, but I'm just scared to look into it because I don't want to get into that mode of like, oh, what's going on? Like checking all my shit out, you know? But to the point of starting now, I did want to add that I think it's beautiful that we don't have control over this journey. We only have control over certain parts. We only have control over the output that we have or that we put out every day. But as to when things are going to blow up, that's far less out of our control. And it's something that I'm still working through myself, but I want to shift the conversation in talking about a concept that I feel like I came up with. Maybe you heard it somewhere, maybe not, but it's called slow creating. Slow creating. And this is a concept, and you could kind of think about it as an approach to your content creation. It's something that, like I said, I just thought of recently. It's still being developed, but I wanted to take some time to kind of flesh it out here with you guys. I think slow creating can bring about these more positive feelings that I know I want to experience during my journey, and maybe you want to experience during your journey. If you're okay being mad every day, cool. And again, I made a video about, not even again, I haven't brought this up yet, but I made a video about you got to have high frustration tolerance to survive YouTube. And I genuinely believe that. It's one thing to have high frustration tolerance and then just find yourself in a cycle of being mad far too often. So, with this approach of slow creating, I think it's finding, I wish I had a different word, but I think it's about finding the balance of like having output, but also, I don't know, I want it to be like the yoga of creating or like the deep breaths of creating, which can sound pretty crazy and like, girl, what are you talking about? Again, I'm trying to work out what this could be. If you guys who are live with me have any thoughts on slow creating, I would love to hear, like, when you hear the phrase slow creating, what comes to mind. But for me, it's just a phrase to describe that you can approach your content creation without being in a rush to get to your desired destination. And if you do that, you will experience feelings of more like bliss. I think it's beautiful that we sit here and we create these videos. I really think that it's wonderful that are we are modern day artists and creators. Like, video content is of the now, and we are the people doing it right here and now. The other day, I brought up how YouTube from 10 years ago versus YouTube now versus YouTube 10 years in the future. 10 years from now, your little cousin, your sibling, someone who was just born, they're going to probably want to be a content creator. And you would have had experience with creating content here on YouTube. You will be an OG at that point, an OG coming out of your era of coming up in YouTube. And I just think if we slow down with our approach to maybe the ideas for our video, maybe um, the editing process. Have you ever been like in a like, I need to get my video up right now. Every single second that I have of free time, I need to edit my video, and just sitting there editing, and like, no, I can't get up and take a break. I can't get myself a glass of water. Hold on, let me take a sip because I'm thirsty. I can't get myself a glass of water. I can't eat. I can't do anything until I get my video up. I found myself in that situation many, many times so far on my journey. And it's like, for what? Like, it's cool, you can edit your video, but do you need to, like, be acting like that? Is the point that I'm trying to make. Like, I don't want us to take our foot off the gas. I really don't. I think we should continue to remain ambitious and driven and have our vision and really be hungry to get there. But on the day to day, it needs to look different and it needs to feel different. It needs to feel more, it just needs to feel more, um, like I said, a slow and flow approach to things. And I think by doing that, on a day-to-day basis, we'll be able to see the beauty of this journey. Because as I see my daughter grow up, right now she's learning how to walk. She has taken her first few steps about a month ago, so now she's starting to get the hang of it, and she'll be walking, right, and then she'll start to pick up her pace, and then, oh, she falls to the ground. Why does she pick up her fake pace? Well, she's getting excited. She's she's very excited about the fact that she's doing something new. It's working out for her. And I think that's why we approach our YouTube journey sometimes in this kind of like, hurry, let's go, let's get there, because we're excited. We're excited to get to the destination. We're excited to be monetized. We're excited to tell our friends and family, yeah, I do YouTube. Oh, you do YouTube? Are you monetized, or how many subscribers do you have? Like, we're excited to say, yeah, I do YouTube and I make the bag off of this. Don't play me. I'm not a small creator. Yeah, I feed my family off of this YouTube check that I get, or what I've been able to create from YouTube. You are excited to get there, because right now, this might be a little side tangent, but how many of us is like, when it comes to your friends and family and you doing content, feel like they don't get it? They don't understand what I'm working towards. They don't understand what this YouTube life is about. But once they see there's a shift in your lifestyle, a shift in everything that you got going on, and you say, oh yeah, I create content. Yeah, this all came from my content creation. Then you'll see a shift in their energy, right? So it's just like, we're excited to get to success. We are very, like, passionate. Like, we're ready for that. And I think that's why, even though we can maintain a certain pace, there's those times where we just want to pick up the pace and start going a little bit faster, so we can like it's like those moments we feel like it's just within our reach. And if we just pick up the pace a little bit more, we'll get there quicker. But when in reality, that's not true. How many of you, when you're brushing your teeth sometimes, or maybe when you were first like starting to brush your teeth, you would you just brushing your teeth all quick, doing all of that, when regardless, you need to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. So you doing all of this, you still have to do it for 2 minutes. It still takes time. So it's just breaking down, like, stopping with all this rush type of hurry type of energy, when at the end of the day, the success we're so excited and so hungry for is still going to take time. I think, I hope over the next few years, there becomes less of a spotlight on those creators that have blown up. And it's not to take away anything from them. Those stories are inspiring, but I hope there's more of a light shined on people who took the long route to get somewhere. And that's the thing when it comes to like friends and family, like, they're not with you. Like, it's really a situation of, you weren't with me shooting in the gym type of thing. Like, you were not there with me when I'm putting in countless hours on my content. You weren't there when I put all this effort into a video and it did not perform the way I expected. Now all you're seeing is all the good shit. You're not there in the beginning of this, but you're only seeing what these years have taken like these years I put in for it to be successful. Big Mac, I hope I'm saying your name right, says, I like the idea of taking a slower approach. I feel my content comes out far better. Let's talk about that for a moment. Another benefit of slowing down is usually your content is improved. And this doesn't necessarily just mean with the thumbnail or the title or things like that. When you're not in a quickly, hurry, very quickly type of vibe and energy, what the energy that you give off on camera is way different. And I think that's what people kind of connect with, right? They connect with, when I watch this person, how do I feel? And I think there's some people that have, like, viewers are getting more sophisticated in all different types of ways. They're getting more sophisticated in all different types of ways, but one of the main ways is being able to better um like feel someone's energy through the camera. Once you start watching a whole bunch of people, you're able to discern, like, okay, this person is giving off this, person's that. And I think if anything, slowing down makes a connection stronger between you and your viewer on camera, and it improves your on camera presence because, one, you're not under so much pressure, and you can just let whatever it is, whatever your message is, whatever the type of content curate, flow. And that's why, like, I've been saying, I want to use a slow and flow approach to my content rather than the opposite of that. You guys, please feel free to, like, ask any questions you may have. If you're live and if you're on the replay, you can leave your questions in the comments. But I wanted to come back up here to talk about something that was mentioned earlier. Mama Sweet said, yes to this topic because I've been feeling down about my content creation because I'm nowhere where I want to be, instead of being thankful for the community I have. When you're constantly in a rush to get to where you're going on this YouTube journey, it is hard to feel grateful. Like, if you've been here with me, maybe you haven't, I've done my best to celebrate each milestone, 100, 200, 300, etc. But I almost did not celebrate reaching 500 subscribers. And that is a major milestone. When YouTube sends you an email talking about congratulations, you reach 500 subscribers, that is a major indication that it's a milestone to be acknowledged. But I almost didn't do it because I was so ready to get to the next phase. It's just like I wanted to be like, okay, 500, cool, let's keep it pushing. And I was so happy that I took a moment to pause, to slow down and recognize I need to celebrate this and let this soak in. Because when I took that time to celebrate exactly where I was in that moment in my journey, even though I want to be this place, I was overcome with so much gratitude because these people don't have to be subscribed to me. These people don't have to leave comments under my videos. They don't have to get views. I could still be at 63 subscribers today, even with all the work that I put in. And I think there's a lot of importance to taking a moment to express gratitude in the present of your current YouTube journey. If you are watching this and you haven't expressed gratitude lately for whatever it is, even if it's only a small thing, I think that's a great thinking pattern alteration that could occur and be beneficial for you. Why is gratitude beneficial? There's this saying, I don't know where it is in the Bible, but it's like God wants us, if someone asks us, like, if they ask how we're doing, you're supposed to say all is well. Um, Even if you have a lot of stuff going on, you're not supposed to bog them down and be like, I'm tired, this and that is going on, so and so is getting on my nerves. The first thing you should say out of your mouth is all is well. And then you can definitely share how you're feeling. But ultimately, another part of that verse or in that area of the Bible, maybe Hannah can help me out. I'm not as, versed, but it goes on to say, like, when you're filled with gratitude, everything is enough. And sometimes you may think you have a low subscriber count, or you're not getting a lot of views, or just things aren't moving as quickly as you freaking want them to. And it's like, if you take the second to change your perspective and be like, everything that I have in terms of YouTube, that's enough. It's enough for me right now. Sorry, guys. And it's exactly where I'm supposed to be. There's so much beauty in that. And when I take the time to do things like that, I am overcome with joy. Like, just feel it for a minute. Like, what is something that you have accomplished recently in terms of YouTube? Even if it was, I got a feeling today that I wanted to post a video. Maybe you didn't post it or do it, but when you think of things you have accomplished so far, whether it may not be like big in terms of the world of YouTube, you just get this feeling of joy and pure bliss and pure happiness. And like, that feeling when you go to record your next video is going to be translated in your video. And the person on the other side of it, even if it's just one person, they're going to feel that from you. And it's going to go a long way for them. And then you'll bring someone on into your community that wants to be with you for the long run. Princeton Blanchard says, I currently have 24 videos ready to go and have not uploaded. I'm the 1980s slow cooker, but I want to wait until I reach 100 to upload. Is this a good slow cooker approach? Wow, this is interesting. If anyone else has some thoughts on this, please feel free to weigh in. And Princeton, if you're still here with me, I hope I can give you some insight into this. Now, I think you have incredible patience, because if I had that amount of content, I would be pressed to get it out just so I can start to see the numbers come in. But I've heard of this approach before from someone who has way more experience in terms of YouTube growth than I do. And a lot of people do not have this level of, one, discipline to have that amount of content in the clip ready to go. And two, they don't have the amount of patience to wait until they have a certain subscribership or something like that. I'm assuming you're getting your subscribers from other places on social media, and that may be friends and family and everything like that. So I think that you could wait since you're not getting your subscribers from YouTube, your expectation that when you do start to release your videos, the people who are subscribing to you will definitely watch. I would be careful, because unless the people that are subscribing to your channel, you have a pretty good feeling that they're going to want to watch your content, then I would wait until 100 subscribers. If these are, like I said, if this is just friends and family, people who just want to support you, then I wouldn't necessarily wait to drop my content, because they're not necessarily going to be the ones to watch it anyways, you know? They could be just there to just just give you a subscription just to help you out. You can't assume that they'll watch them. But like I said, you may know, no, these people for a fact, they're in within my target audience. I know they're going to watch my content. So I'm going to wait. So I think I want to wait to drop it. But again, if not, I would say go ahead and start. I would bring it back to a point that I brought up earlier. Just go ahead and start now, sir, because this is a journey ultimately. And because you're 24 videos ahead, you can just go ahead and start working on the next batch instead of feeling like you're kind of creating this false illusion for yourself that I'm prepared and I'm ready to go, when quicker than not, those 24 videos will be uploaded and you'll need to replenish your content. You want to start building a true audience of people that actually want to watch your content. So why not let go of these videos now? So one more thing I will say on this, with you having 24 videos, I don't know if you want to let go once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, but I will say, in case you haven't heard before, the more often you post, the better and the quicker the algorithm can get to understand the type of content you create, and the more you can start to have your video put in front of people that want to watch the type of content you want. So if you don't mind having a slower growth, then let them go once a week and then pace yourself really well. But if you do want to see like kind of a initial jump in your subscribers and your views and everything like that, then I would try and let go more videos than one, like maybe 2 or 3 videos a week. It's what works for your schedule. Ultimately, you need to know how quickly are you trying to get monetized / how quickly do you want to make YouTube a viable stream of income for yourself. So I hope that helps. Enough. Marissa, hello. I hope you're still here. I'm happy you're here with us. Hannah said, I found this one. Give praise to the Lord, proclaim his name, make known among the nations what he has done. Psalms. I'm trying to get to 100 uploads. My video count looks weird because I've been posting 5 shorts a week for 4 months. I currently have 34 long form videos. Yes, so I think that that's a good verse. And speaking of the topic of your uploads, let's talk about the instant gratification that you get, that someone can receive from short form content. I have an unpopular opinion on short form content. I do, especially when it comes to instant gratification. 9 times out of 10, when you post a short form video, whether that be YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, you're bound to see way more views, way more engagement than you ever seen on a long-term video, a long form video. This is if you're a new creator, right? Earlier, Derek said he went viral on TikTok. TikTok is a great place. If you really want to go viral quickly, you could do that over there on TikTok. But that instant feedback, all those views, all those followers and maybe comments, it skews your brain, because when you try and post a long form video and you don't get that same response, you're like, what the fuck? You're really confused. And that's the thing with short form video, where it's like it can grow, especially like let's talk about shorts on YouTube. Usually, if you post shorts, you do get a lot more subscribers, right? But those subscribers are not the same people that are going to watch your long form content 9 times out of 10. And YouTube is pushing shorts right now because they're in competition with TikTok. But it's like you have to ask yourself, and I'm not even only speaking to Hannah, but I'm not even speaking to Hannah at all in terms of this. I'm just saying, like, you have to ask yourself, are you utilizing shorts so that you can feel good about seeing your subscribers go up, even if they're like not necessarily quality subscribers? The truth of the matter is, you get paid on YouTube from long form videos. At this current moment, ads are inserted into long form videos. the what you get paid for shorts versus long form are two completely different things. So if you're doing YouTube to eventually make it a stream of income, you have to ask yourself, is shorts really the right strategy for you? And are you only creating shorts so that you can get that instant feedback on a daily basis because you haven't gotten your long form content up to the point where it's getting those numbers that satisfies you? I think it's a good question to keep in mind. Derek says, I say start uploading now. 24 videos is more than enough. The feedback on the first 24 will make the next 24 better. That was for Princeton, definitely. Justin says, I think it's a good approach to give people a chance to binge watch your content, but I feel you'll miss out on the opportunity to learn from your videos with each upload. Yes, so that advice was for Princeton. Hopefully he sees it. I don't know if you guys have any opinions on shorts yourself, but I just think it's one of those those video formats that kind of feed into our ego more than help us. Like if you want to be a shorts creator, you don't want to be a long form creator, cool. But it's just like, I feel like YouTube knows that. YouTube knows that people want to see views and they want to see numbers be high. So they're trying to push everyone to create shorts. And what does that do? That keeps people on their platform. But it's like, is this really the smartest thing to do? And even though shorts are smaller videos, they don't always take less time to create. Sometimes it takes a lot of energy to create shorts. And it's like, what are you doing it for? I just want to know. I just hope you know, if you're creating shorts, that you should be very clear on why you're specifically doing shorts, when potentially you could take the effort that you're putting into shorts and apply it to your long form content. Um, let's see. I thought, okay, I did want to return back to the fact that ultimately we want supporters that genuinely like our content, not because it's popular at the moment. Um, I think when you take a slower approach to things, I don't want to repeat myself, but let me just get my thoughts out. When you're building a community, I learned building an audience from zero is probably going to be one of the hardest things you do in your life. And to think that can happen essentially overnight is kind of crazy. And I'm talking to myself because I felt this way. I've thought this way. I'm like, ooh, if I could just have, my community, then X, Y, and Z, I could play out the rest of my master plan that I have in my mind. But I think it's just kind of ludicrous to think that loyal supporters will come rushing to you quickly. And again, it happens for some people, but for a lot of newer creators just on this journey and at the start of this journey, I just don't think it's an assumption we can make. What is an alternative assumption to have about supporters that genuinely like our content, about having people that actually support you? I think I kind of touched on it earlier, but I want to start thinking of my content and the videos that I post as different points, connection points, right? Ultimately, building an audience, building a community, this is still a relationship. You're still forming a relationship. Did your best friend become your best friend overnight? Did your partner, your man, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, become that close to you overnight? Did you build that trust overnight? No. So it's like, it's ludicrous. I'm talking to myself. Remember, I'm just talking to me. It's crazy to think that you can get someone's trust on the internet for that fact. We're strangers. We do not know each other. And for me to think that I can get your trust at a drop of a hat because I posted a for me to think I can gain your trust and your loyalty because I put in work on a video for you to watch, and that means that I'm owed your loyalty. No, no, it's crazy, crazy thinking. It's unhealthy thinking. It's not worth it. Like, that's not how this whole YouTube thing should be approached. Instead, each piece of content that I create, each video that I put out, it's a touch point along the journey that I'm on with my audience, with my community that I'm building. Like, hey, there's another video up. Let me tap in and see what she's talking about. Maybe it will resonate with me, but I can't guarantee that everything I put out will resonate with people. And that's why I am still big on putting out as much content as you can, but it's more so for the fact to build, like, have it as much connections and touch points with your audience members, your future audience members as possible, because a relationship, even if it's on the internet, takes time to build. Um, Marissa says, we're going to take a moment and segue back into the short form content type of thing for a second. Shorts for me was actually ruining my attention span. So I had to make the hard decision to stop making them and stop watching them. Yes, I agree. Personally, I don't consume as much short form content as I used to. And in terms of making them, it's like, ooh, can we talk for a minute how the creation of short form content has kind of effed up the creation of long form content? Because when you're constantly creating short form content, you're in this space of like, I only have 90 seconds, 60 seconds to get my message across. Subconsciously, I find for myself within my long form content, I'm approaching it like that. And I want it to be this quick, fast paced type of thing. And also, that was trendy at a certain time. It's falling out of trend, but it was trendy to just have a whole bunch of things flying across the screen and all types of uh, captions pulling up in people's faces and everything going on like that. You then feel like, ooh, my long form has to be like this. And why is that a problem? Why is that a challenge? Why is it a struggle? Well, a long form video is already long to begin with. That adds even more time to your editing process. And then you feel like it's also a challenge because you're kind of watering down the natural intrinsic value that long form content has, which is a more slower pace conversation, hangout moment with the person, someone that truly wants to learn. Like, when you're bringing short form editing styles into long form, you're taking away the beauty of a long form video within itself. And it's understandable because we can feel pressured that our content has to look like that, but it doesn't. um Hannah says, I don't like shorts, but I use shorts as ads for my channel. This is a strategy that a really large YouTuber uses. I don't know his name, but I think if you're doing shorts as ads for your channel and for your long form, I don't find anything wrong with that. I prefer that over than having a whole separate strategy for your short form content, you know? So I grab their attention and redirect them to my channel if they're interested. But I definitely want to do long form videos for the long run. And I view my long form YouTube videos as a portfolio, also a portfolio and a resource library. Yes, this is coming from Hannah. And, take what you may from that. Take what you may. But ultimately, the the idea of treating your YouTube journey as an instant pot versus a slow cooker is like, there's no need for things to be here like this. I can understand if right now you're creating content and you could really use money, like you could really use this money from your content, but that's just not what, like, this is not the thing to get into. Like, if you want money right now, you have to ask yourself, is content creation the thing for you to get into? If you want to build a community, have just loyal people to connect with. If you want to have a portfolio and build a resource library, if you want other things outside of that, then treating your YouTube journey as a slow cooker is one of the most, I want to say beneficial, but I feel like I use that word all the time. But it's just one of those, it's just going to be best in the long run, you know? It's just going to be best in the long run. And ultimately, I just, for myself and for other creators on a similar path as me, I just want us to shift our thinking to the true long game of this thing. So, um, we have reached an hour. I do want to know if anyone has any final thoughts, any questions they want to ask. Please feel free to drop them. Oh man, this water's good. I'm waiting for some potential last comments from you guys. I will say I've been going live now for this whole month of March, and that means I'm sitting down to create, at least sit here and talk to you guys for at least an hour, right? And even though I'm doing that, it has it has been really hard. It has been really hard for me. I'm actually it causes me, just a heads up. If you think you want to go live for 30 days, just please prepare before doing that. And I think it's a great challenge because of all the different benefits. There's other lives where I talked about this. I think in my live, how to prepare for your first live stream video, I talked about it, but please prepare yourself. But the reason I'm bringing up my whole challenge of going live for 30 days right now in the context of this topic is I really loved the fact that I can sit here and talk for an hour and engage with my community. And it's not like there's no jump cuts, like there's no editing. It's just me sitting here genuinely having a conversation with someone on the other side of the camera. And even though it's caused me to rush in some senses, like even before I got on this live, I'm rushing around just trying to turn on all my lights and everything. I want to be more prepared going forward. But in the actual midst of creating live streaming content, it forces you to slow down and it forces you to really get comfortable with having a more slower approach to your content creation, like in the actual filming and recording and creating of these lives. I do try and keep the pace. I do try and like keep the conversation moving, but ultimately this compared to me sitting down and filming a video, when I go to edit it, just trying to like constantly maybe do a little change up so I can keep someone's attention. I don't know, it's different. But I just wanted to share that really quick. Um, Hannah says, I think I figured out what to do for my live streams. I was thinking a Bible study series. I think that's a great idea, Hannah. The creator I brought up earlier, Rihanna Janice, I don't know if you know who that is. She does a Bible study weekly, and her audience seems to love it. Like her audience loves her Bible studies. She does it like every Thursday, and I think a lot of people attend it, but I think she does it on Zoom actually. But I think doing it as a live stream could be cool as well. I probably will just do a live once a week. So since I'm so introverted, no, I feel you. Doing a live every day, it's not necessary. I'm literally just doing this to kind of learn the art of live streaming. Marissa says your live journey has inspired me to start going live once a month. Yeah, guys, I feel like it's more realistic to go live once a month or once a week. I want to do hopefully twice a week when I'm done with this, but trying to do it every day, very chaotic lifestyle. Hannah says her name sounds familiar. Yes, Rihanna Janice. Please look her up. So thank you so much, guys. I think that's all. I hope you have a beautiful night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.